This is Bruce Buffer, and this is the moment you've all been waiting for. It's time for the MMA Holes!
No way.
From the Sonosi 1K Studios of Arizona, Herb Dean splits the MMA community again. Good stop, bad stop. UFC Vegas 56, Volkov versus Rozenstruik recap. UFC 275, Fight Week. Let's go with the MMA Holes!
Wonderful, wonderful.
How you doing, friends? Welcome to the MMA Holes Hour. We're here, we're live, we're wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful, wonderful.
It's good to see everyone here tonight as we're hanging with the boys.
Hanging with the boys
On a Monday night. If you look at our thumbnail, the controversy continues on social media, although I don't see much controversy. We were split on the show on Saturday night. Tonight, we get to the bottom. Was it a good or bad stoppage? Herb Dean always being questioned every time there's some sort of fight and Herb Dean is involved. Like, I feel like there's always something going on. The poor guy can't catch a break. And I decided to throw a poll in the chat just to see what you guys and gals thought. And give me a second. Give me a second. Okay. Sorry about that. I'm getting texts. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. So let's get to the bottom of this tonight. I mean, what the hell? My life is a nightmare. How is everyone doing tonight? I hope everyone is wonderful, wonderful in the chat.
Wonderful, wonderful.
As we here hanging. Okay. So anyway, we're going to do a recap to the card, but the big story is this over there here with Herb Dean, because I want to squash this already. I mean, every time the dude's in action, he's being scrutinized. And there's one thing I think we could all agree with Herb Dean, and there are other things that we don't agree with. I'm looking at the poll right now. Let me put the poll up here. And it says, final poll. This is it. We're not talking about this anymore after tonight. Did Herb Dean stop Alexander Volkov versus Jairzinho Rozenstruik too early? 41% say yes, now 42%, and 58% say no. So right now where we stand with this poll is people are saying, no, it was a fine stoppage. All right, keep on voting in there, and as the stream progresses, we're going to really dive into this. I want to recap the card, roll into some of the previous fights. The card was actually fairly entertaining for the most part. I enjoyed it. I didn't hate it. 14 fights on the card and a bunch of different outcomes with finishes and decisions and just a whole bunch of different stories on this thing. Redemption fights, the whole deal. Also, UFC 275 Fight Week is UFC 275 is Saturday night, and we'll be doing a fight reaction to that. So make sure you subscribed and hit the notification bell. Let's get some comments from the chat before I do this brief recap. I'm going to run through it, and then we're going to talk about Mr. Herb Dean. Herb Dean used to be great, but has become below average. Wow, boom roasted. Finished 12-2, very good. Yeah, I think I got like 3 wrong on this thing. Carl, you're funny. Free Herb Dean says, Block Legend, don't show me the goat milk results. Your wife has already stabbed me bad enough. The stoppage was good, but he has had some real questionable stoppages, like about 6 ones. Yes, that's one of the things we could agree on. There have been instances where Herb Dean has screwed up. There is no doubt about it, where we can get on Herb Dean. In this situation, I'm not sure if I'm on that side. But there are. If you look at most of the more popular refs, you can scratch your head at some of the calls. Even when John McCarthy was reffing, he was like one of the best in the game. He screwed up. Dan Miragliotta screwed up a million times. Herzog, there was one not too long ago where he kind of effed up. But for the most part, Herzog, I think, is like the best. That guy out there does the best, in my opinion, at this stage of the game. But all of them have their problems. We'll talk about it. Kendall Volker is in controversy. Wait, hold it. As in your whole family. I don't know what D-Rest talking about. Good stop. By the way, I think we got something from D-Rest. If we get some saves tonight, we'll open this puppy up on the show. So that's wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful.
Herb runs a little protective. It is what it is. No ref can be perfect. They're human. That's true. Steve Mazzagatti screwed up. And Amir Lesnar. Yeah, Steve Mazzagatti was notorious for fucking up for sure. It could have gone a bit longer, but I think the stoppage was legit. Rozenstruik should cut down to light heavyweight. You got to remember, Rozenstruik was fighting a guy that's 6'7", so he's going to be dwarfed. Biggie Boy's 6'2". He's not the biggest heavyweight out there, but I don't know if he needs to cut down. I'm just pretty sure that Rozenstruik can't beat the top dudes. You know, he's good. You gotta remember, he only has 12 fights, right? 12 wins. Let's see. Yeah, 12-4-0. So, you know, it's not like this guy was loaded with victories. He came in to the UFC a little bit later, and he doesn't have like a crazy amount of professional fights on his resume. So I look at it like this. I think the guy has deadly power in his hands, but when it comes to the top guys, he's got issues. And Volkov, I picked Volkov in the fight. I thought Volkov was going to do a decision. Everyone had if the knockout happens, it's going to be Biggie Boy. But I think Volkov had more tools to get the job done. Even though I was rooting for Jairzinho, I think Volkov had the job. You know, no matter what in this situation, Volkov seemed to me like he was going to get it done. And let's be serious. Good or bad stop here. I mean, he murked Jairzinho in that sequence. That was a pretty violent exchange going on there. And Biggie Boy was in trouble. He was in trouble. All right, let's roll through the previous fights, and then we'll get to the meat and potatoes. But you kind of have an idea where I'm going to go with this. I have not changed my opinion from Saturday night, so if you watch Saturday's stream, you'll pretty much know where I'm going to go with it. But I do have the other side. I did entertain what the other side did say on the internet, and I watched it back a bunch of times. And I was trying to see if I can pull onto that side, and I have not successfully moved over. Maybe tonight, the people that are in the 46th percentile, maybe you guys will pull me to the other side, but we'll see how that goes. He's covering up, going to get hit more, good stoppage. He didn't stop it early, but Rose did protest. Has Rose said anything else but bad stop? I haven't seen. We'll talk about it. Okay, so let's look at the fights over here. Blanchfield getting the standing guillotine on J.J. Aldrich. Missed the beginning of this, but when we started our live stream, Blanchfield had Aldrich in a very bad spot. And standing guillotine. When the chicks are pulling off the standing guillotine, I have nothing but respect for these ladies, man. When they pull stuff like that off, it's pretty impressive. So nice job by Blanchfield, who was a pretty big favorite. She gets the win. This guy over here, Rinat, don't know how to say his last name, Fakhretdinov, is another one of those very dominating Russians. As he fought Michelides. Michelides showed up like he was tough in the fight, but the toughness did not get the job done as it went a decision, and it was very lopsided, this decision, as Rinat is a guy who is 22-0 and he's a strong grappling welterweight. Another one thrown into the welterweight division over here. Very early in the game, he is 30 years of age, and boy, oh boy, I think he's gonna be an issue. I'm not seeing champion. I'm not getting super duper crazy ahead of myself with this guy yet, but I definitely want to see more. I think he can grow into something that could be a problem. So another welterweight coming out of Mother Russia. Look out, welterweight division. You got another grappler there. Keep your eyes on Renat, excuse me, not Andreas. Andreas lost. Renat. Jeff Molina, the split decision. This was the controversial one before the event happened, where they had the whole gay pride thing on the shorts, and Molina was fielding all these questions. He was on Ariel, and there was controversy here where some thought he lost his fight. I'm going to go to the statisticals over here. Let's pull this up. There we go. Here's Jeffrey. Okay, so you're looking at the strikes here. 129 strikes total to 68. 56 significant strikes to 37. 43 head strikes to 10. All in favor of the gentleman that won, Jeff Molina. Now, you're looking at the 17 body strikes to 6 in favor of the Zumaga. I know I'm saying this, guys. I'm going to call him Zalgas. Zalgas seems the easiest way to do this. But went into the favor of Zalgas in his leg strikes as well, 10 to 7. The control time. That was basically the difference over there. And, you know, the 2 takedowns. A lot of people were saying that Zalgas did enough to win that fight. Now, the problem with this fight is the final round. I mean, the final judge, when they were giving the scores, gave it a 30-27 to Molina. Now, it could go either way from watching that fight. I have no problem if the judges went either way. I thought a smidge went in favor of Molina. I thought they got it right at the end, but one of the judges did a 30-27 score for Jeff Molina, and that was just outrageous because he didn't win all 3 rounds. I mean, I think we could all agree on that. So another situation where a judge is throwing his scores out there, we're scratching our heads, you know, debating all this other bullshit, and it just keeps happening. Jeff Molina went on Howard Stern. That would be great, right, on Howard Stern. He went on Ariel Helwani, and he said it was a dream to go on Ariel. He hasn't been on our show yet, so I guess he didn't truly achieve his dreams. But he said he didn't want to be known as the guy, you know, because of the whole gay pride thing, and he wants to be known for the guy, you know, for his resume and how good he was doing in the UFC. And the guy is 10, does he have 11 wins now? Yeah, 11-2-0. El Jefe. So the guy is definitely a prospect at Chip at flyweight. I'm not discrediting that, but I kind of didn't like the fact I don't want to be known for the guy, you know, with the gay pride thing and this and that. Dude, ride with it. Like, what are we doing? Roll with it. If like, he got an incredible amount of views on his post-fight press conference because people were looking for that gay pride stuff. Run with it. Like, what are we doing? Dude, you barely won that fight. You know, you barely won it. You're on Ariel. Whoa, shit. Hold on. Hold your horse. We got some boobies. What?
Hey, I can see your underwear. Put your boobies in the air, flapping like I just don't care. Can I lick your pubic hair? Snap a picture, time to share. Took my meat vision impaired. Twisted mind, I need a prayer. Pervert cameraman, beware. Pervert cameraman, show them tits. Pervert cameraman, $10 tip. Pervert cameraman, Yanni Celeste. Pervert cameraman, show them breasts. Boobies.
Look at the boobies in the chat. This is from Glove Rest.
I am the king of the forest.
Glove Rest is the king of the forest. Thank you for the boobies, Glove Rest. Glove Rest. Look at that. Look at the breasts in the chat. Beautiful. Very beautiful. Thank you, Glove Rest. So back over here to the Molina situation. Like I was saying before, just roll with it, bro. Like go for whatever is making you, putting you in the public eye. Listen, you stood up for the gay pride colors or whatever. It is what it is. That's what people are talking about. So be it. Go right back in there. say what you're going to do in the future. Are you going to be a champion? Which he thinks he's going to be a champion, and just run with it. You know, it left a little bit of taste in my mouth when he was like, I don't want to be known for this. I'm like, oh man, come on, Jeff. What are we doing here? But gets the win, moves on. Let me know in the chat what you think of Jeff Molina. Are you excited about him? Do you think he can make some moves and perhaps fight for a strap, win a strap? I mean, I know it's a little early here, but the kid is doing pretty well if you look at his resume. Jeff Molina. I mean, look at the green. Last loss is 2017, Victory FC. Rattled off to a winning streak, comes into the Contender Series, and hasn't lost under the UFC lights. Jeff Molina. Let's see what the chat has to say. He's decent. Yeah, right? I mean, I don't know if I see champ yet, but the guy is tough. There's no doubt about it. We shall see, says Drunk. He's annoying, to be honest. He'll never be champ. At 145, no, flyweight. Did Volkov lose any sense of reality after getting hit? Some judges know from that point of the victim can be seriously hurt. It's a hit or miss, no pun intended, but it's quick judgment call. You might have to throw that in there and reword it so I can understand. That's a lot of wins. It sure is. Molina seemed chill on Ariel's show today. He did. I don't think Molina's a bad dude. He doesn't seem like a bad character. I kind of wish that he was just like, I don't know. I didn't like, it's like, I don't want to be known for this. Like, I was like, oh, come on, dude. Come on, man. If this is why you're on, just go with it. Askarov would run through him and crush that can, says Gopov. I kind of agree. Not about the can part, but I think Askar would be a problem. 125. Damn, he's ripped. Looks bigger. Yeah, he looks pretty shredded up in this picture. He's only 24 years old. He's 5'6" at the flyweight division. He's tough as nails. He is. Vulcan Strikes had that mouthpiece flying out pretty decisively. We're going to get to that soon. Oh, shit. It's a booby train. Booby, booby, booby trap. Booby. Booby, booby trap. Booby, booby, booby trap. Booby, booby, booby trap. Booby, booby, booby trap. Tropical Tom.
Here's some more boobies for my fellow lesbians in honor of Gay Pride Month. I'm gay for women's MMA.
Oh, yeah. Let's go, baby. Boobies on a Monday. Very nice of you. Very, very nice. Very nice. Thank you. Appreciate the boobs. Never could have enough boobs on a Monday. All right. So listen, I mean, just put yes or no if you're a pro Jeff Molina, you think he could do something at flyweight. I think yes. I think he could definitely charge up. Do I see champion yet? No. But hey, listen, you never know. It's early in the game. Tony Gravely with a fantastic uppercut finishes his opponent over here in Johnny Munoz Jr. Johnny got smoked swiftly and quickly in the first round, and even Aljamain Sterling said put some respect on this man's name. Bantamweight, be on notice. That's a nice compliment from the actual bantamweight champion. Gravely is only 30 years old. I thought he was a little bit older when we saw him fighting in CES back in the day, and now he's up in the UFC. He hasn't had like the best like unblemished run in the UFC, but not terrible. He wins the Contender Series. Brett Johns, he loses. And then he goes on a 2-fight win streak, loses to Nate Maness, and then now a 2-fight win streak again. So a couple of 2-fight win streaks here. Looked, really powerful that first round. Just cracking my man. So I hope Tony Gravely could make some noise at bantamweight. I like that. I like to see these CES guys do well. Saint Denis over here smeshes Stoltz. And that's another one. Second round, the rear naked choke. Another strong performance. But this guy here, even though he's only 9-1-0, there is a tremendous upside to this guy. He is coming off a loss before this fight. So he came in from Brave, UFC 267, fights Zaleski, loses unanimous decision, and then comes back and looks strong. Now, he fought a guy that never won in the UFC, so people would probably be like, well, his opponent wasn't that great, but I think this kid has a lot of promise. So keep an eye out for Mr. France over here, Benoit Saint Denis. This guy over here definitely could do something interesting or put on some fun performances in the future. Damon Jackson gets a unanimous decision over Daniel Argueta. And Damon Jackson, the gentleman who looks like the Grand Theft Auto guy, was in trouble. Like, he had some problems here. And I understand how people could say Argueta might have got that win. I'm going to throw the stats up But here, check this out. Here's a little GTA action. 47 strikes to 103 in total. Now, a lot of the strikes that were landed by Argueta, his back was taken. So he was just kind of spinning that elbow back, cracking back with some fists to try to separate from Damon Jackson. The control time was 10 minutes and 25 seconds. But here's another situation. Like, what's important? Are the strikes important? Is the control time important? Now, keep in mind, 2:44 is the minutes of control time for Argueta. So Argueta had some dominating positions as well. Argueta really turned up, and if the refs went in his direction for the win, I got to be honest with you, I wouldn't have been shocked. I really wouldn't have. Just another situation where I just have to wait for the judges because I feel like I don't know what I'm watching. What's more important, control time or strikes? Like, I don't know. I have no idea. Damage, like there was more damage on the face of Damon Jackson, really nothing on Argueta. But they gave it to Jackson, the win. I get it. So I guess the control time is what did it here. I want to know in the chat, though, for the people that did catch this fight, Jackson versus Argueta, what'd you think? Do you think they got it the right way? Are you still confused by the judging? We got to do something here. Like, what's going on? Speak to me, friends. He was on his way back, so I guess that's a different level of control. Who fucking knows is Seattle Ryan? Yeah, I hope we can all be on the same page. Well, I mean, everyone can't be on the same page, but I hope for the most part we can kind of know what we're watching and what to look for in scoring in the near future. That would be nice. Had Herb Dean ever ref a fight where Volkov got KO'd badly? That's a good question. I don't know. Right decision, don't remember much. Tom's dropping the marijuana. I can't believe half the people really thought it was stopped too early. Like, what did they want to see? Rozenstruik just take another 3 hard shots as he slumps over next to the fence. Lars, hang in there, bud. We're gonna dive into that full force very soon.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Glove rest.
The king, you fucking hear?
Now, glove rest, you might have not been around for a while, but the 666 has been taken out. It's now $6.50 for the Cowboy Cerrone donation. But thank you very much, Glove Rest. Appreciate that. We got rid of Get Out. But $6.50, we changed it to the $6.50 Cowboy Cerrone. Make him cry. Check it out in the description. I know what you're doing with that Glove Rest. I know where you're going. All right, so let's move on from this. The people want to get into the Herb Dean situation, so we'll jump back into that real soon here. Okay, so let's run through these fights because we do have a save the show tonight. I want to make sure I get all the thoughts out before if we don't get any saves. So Selecki gets the majority decision over De Silva. Karolina Kowalkiewicz bounces back on a long losing streak, beats the girl she beat already, takes out Felice Herrig, and Felice Herrig looked like cockadoodle poo-poo. Nice job getting back in the win column for Polish Power, Karolina Kowalkiewicz, who has been training with Joanna Jędrzejczyk. So maybe the Polish movement's going to be back in full force. I hope so. JJ versus Zhang 2 is absolutely
Wonderful, wonderful.
wonderful, wonderful. All right. Alonzo Menafield getting the crucifix, the elbows on Askar Mazarov. Now, this Mazarov guy is, I don't know where they dug this dude up. I saw he fought in BYB, but this dude has a bizarre record that fluctuates. No one knows what his real record is. He goes in there talking a lot of smack. Menafield's like, all right, I had enough, bro. And just, destroys him. Beats the living snot out of him. So the ref's got to jump in and be like, okay, don't kill this guy. So really nice job by Menafield beating a guy he was supposed to beat, but in very dramatic fashion. Osborne with a smashing of Adashov, the first round finish. And I mean, look, we're talking a lot of finishes here. Let me see here. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 finishes on this card. And now I know it's 14 fights, but still 9 fucking finishes. Pretty wonderful, wonderful. We got our money's worth. All right, so yeah, beautiful job by Osborne. Adashev didn't even have a chance. Speaking of not having a chance, how about this? Karine Silva just smashing Polyana Botello with the Darce choke. No shot for her. Let's see. Here we go. Lucas Almeida, the third round, strikes on Trezano, puts him out of his misery. Nice job by Almeida, Lucas Almeida. And Mavzar Evlov just put on a beating on Ige. Ige's face was all lumped up. Another super tough guy. Now, speaking of a guy I think should go down if he can, boy, oh boy, Danny Ige. If there's any possible way you can drop down, I mean, we got to do something here. I just feel like these guys are just too big and strong for you. I don't know. So if there's any possible way you can drop down to a bantamweight, pull like a Jose Aldo or something like that. I mean, if Aldo can do it, I have to think that Danny Ige could do it. But his future is not very promising. I mean, he's only 30 years of age. And he is now on a 3-fight losing streak. Now, he lost to decent guys. Evlov, Emmett, Korean Zombie. Beat Gavin Tucker and then lost to Calvin Kattar. The 4 losses are they're definitely names. But, if you can't get past these guys, what are we doing? So I don't know. I would hope he could change weight classes, or his future is very bleak. Here it is. Let's get back into it. Alexander Volkov versus Jairzinho Rozenstruik. The controversy is about to get started over here. Before we dive into this controversy and put the nail in the coffin on this situation, let's talk about mybookie.ag. The promo code is MMA-HOLES for 100% match on your first deposit. So if you're going to play some bets on UFC 275, on some hockey, on some basketball, whatever the hell you want to bet on, mybookie.ag. And use our promo code MMA-HOLES. And MMA-HOLES is the promo code for all of our sponsors, just like Sheath Underwear. Link in the description. Beautiful underwear. Separate your package so you can have some more airflow down there. Very unique design. Very, very comfortable. Try it out for yourself. Happy Father's Day. Make your father real happy. Or if you're a wife or girlfriend and you want to treat your hubby or boyfriend and, give them something. Like, guys don't really want to go out and buy their own underwear. They just buy the cheapest thing and say, all right. So treat them. Sheath Underwear. Promo code MMA-HOLES for 20% off. Head Rush as well is wonderful with their premium clothing, looking like a badass, riding around on your motorcycle or in your car or just walking the streets. You want to look cool. You want to look tough. You want to look sexy. If you're one of the ladies out there, check it out. The catalog is down below. Link in the description. I'm pretty sure you're going to like their stuff. Summertime is upon us, and we're going to be, we want to look good. So check it out. Head Rush. Link in the description, promo code MMA-HOLES. And if you're watching the UFC 275 pay-per-view, click our link in the description. Use our promo link, and we get a little commissione instead of giving it to the big corporate. So if you're going to be paying for the pay-per-view or want to watch any of the UFC content, use our link in the description and be wonderful.
Wonderful.
All right, here we go. Ariel, you ready? Okay. We're going to talk about this now. Okay, first off, let's put the poll up on the screen. Boop, boop. There it is. Final poll, Herb Dean. Did Herb Dean stop Alexander Volkov versus Jairzinho Rozenstruik too early? With 149 votes in as we stand. 44% say yes, it was too early. 56% say no.
No!
Now, in a lot of situations, we've done a bunch of streams on quick stop, not quick enough. We've done this a lot. In fact, I was on the other end a lot of times. A lot of times we would do a stream like, that was bullshit. Like, what the fuck? I mean, this is MMA. If you want quick stoppages, go watch boxing or go watch these other sports. Don't be a puss fag or whatever. I've been saying stuff like that before. So I understand why people think stops are quick. They want to see carnage.
Carnage!
But in this situation over here, as I review the evidence over and over and over, and I watched it way too many times. Also, I've been checking out the internet and seeing what people think, and there is an argument back and forth, and I think our poll is pretty accurate. Like, it's almost 50-50, but not quite. It's still advantage to the people that are favoring Herb, which I'm with those people. It's easy to jump on the referee and say, boom, this ref sucks. What are we doing here? Like, what's going on here? Why, like, what are you thinking? What are you doing? Why are you stopping this thing so early? The one criticism I give to Herb Dean that's been very consistent is it feels like he kind of gets lost out there. He was going to jump in earlier, and he starts doing the happy feet and just like just tippy-toeing, like, gosh, do I jump in? No, I don't want to jump in. Sometimes he grabs the fighters. The fighter's like, what are you doing? You know, and one guy's punching, the other one's like, hey, are we stopping this? What's happening? Herb did the tippy-toe dance. He was going to jump into the thing, but he didn't. He let it keep going. And as it was continuing, Rozenstruik was crumbling, grazing the body off the fence, and then Herb decides to step in over here. Now here's where Herb jumps in. Now I wish we can actually show the footage, but you know, UFC's they're a little crazy about that stuff. I wish we can slow it down and really pick this thing apart. But I have to be honest with you here. First of all, I did talk about the arguing, right? Fighters complaining after a stoppage. Now, when I was looking at other angles, Biggie Boy did turn around and go like this. He did do that. So I will give you guys that. Usually, I want to see a guy turn around and be like, yo, what the fuck's going on here? Like I'm still good, right? There was another angle that they showed. He did turn around and he went like this. Okay, that did happen. Bane did it to Batman. You know, that's what he turned around and he did it. Okay, so I guess you can count that as an argument. He did jump on Twitter afterwards and spoke about, you know, how he thought it was a quick stop. Now, in any sport, if there is a foul or a penalty and the athlete thinks that is bullshit, well, they complain, right? Now, he did turn around and do this, but that was pretty much it. He didn't, like, argue it or anything like that. And I'm not asking him to grab Herb Dean by the neck and be like, what the fuck? You turn around and you start fucking being like, yo, like, whoa, I'm good, man. I'm good. Because here's the thing. The fight's over. Everything stops. Your whole training camp comes down to this. That's it. It's over. Wasn't much of a complaint. He was just like this. Like, oh, all right. He kind of walked away. Some people were saying that Jairzinho was looking for an out in that situation. I mean, who knows? Could it have gone a little bit longer? The answer is yes. It could have. Was it a bad stop, though? No. These are heavyweight fighters. This is not flyweight or bantamweight. I feel like it's different. If you're watching the flyweights, if you're watching the bantamweights, and you see something like this go on, chances are the power that's coming through is not from fucking massive 6'7" Russians. You understand what I'm saying? There's a little bit of a difference. And these refs, for the most part, understand that difference. Herb Dean was there. He had a front row seat. He was watching the cracks. He was watching Biggie Boy get crumbled. And he stepped in. If this was a championship fight, I think we could entertain this a little bit more. But it wasn't. There was no belt on the line. And even if there was a belt on the line, I still have to kind of side a little bit with Herb here. Okay? But I could entertain the other argument a little bit more. In this situation right here, it's a heavyweight fight. There's no belt on the line. Yes, both guys are looking to get back in the win column. But in this situation, you have to think about the safety. When you have a 6'7" man banging on his opponent, and another thing, the mouthpiece. Now, the mouthpiece is not the only thing. If a mouthpiece falls out, you stop the fight. No, I'm not saying that. It's just another piece of evidence that you can add to this sequence and say, you know what? The mouthpiece fell out of this guy's face as he was crumbling down to the ground and just dying. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. And I don't really see much of an argument here. I really don't. I watched it over and over again. I mean, I guess you could have let it go a little bit more. But at the same time, I mean, my man was giving up. Unanswered strikes happening. Heavyweight division. Mouthpiece flies out of the head. Herb Dean was going to stop it, step back, and then jump back in. Now, if Herb Dean stopped, like some people were saying, well, if he jumped in originally, it wouldn't have been complained. No, I think people will really complain. But he had the mindset to pull himself back. When people see Happy Feet Herb, they get freaked out. They're like, all right, here we go. He's going to blow this one. And sure enough, you know, the stoppage happens, and that's what people say. I got to be honest with you. As much as I was seeing the other side, I am going to give you the fact that Biggie Boy did turn around and put his hands out like this. Maybe he wanted to hug him. I don't know. But he doing not much of an argument. In any sport, if something happens that a player disagrees with, there's always an argument. Always. In this situation, there was really no argument. He just like, okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, there just wasn't enough. Wasn't enough. And I don't think it's it's not one of those fights. If it was a championship fight, okay, I can go back and forth with you a little bit. This one, no. I can't. I just can't do it. Let me see what we got over here.
Oh, snap.
Glove rest.
Yeah.
Come on.
Come on, get loud, MMA holes in the crowd. Come on, get loud, MMA holes in the crowd.
Got
MMA holes in the crowd. MMA holes in the crowd. MMA holes in the crowd.
The king.
Thank you, Glove Rest. Appreciate it. Thank you. You are a savage. Hold on. I see Sonosi in the chat says, argument never gotten a decision changed. No. If an athlete is not going to argue the situation, what are we arguing about? What are we complaining about? What's the problem? He's not arguing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to... Any athlete, when they think a ref makes a bad call in any sport, they go, whoa! If you were competing and you think you're still able to fight, aren't you going to... What human being that had the whole training camp would be like, all right. No one. Not one person in this chat would not argue that if they were still okay. Think about it. Your purse, your fucking training camp, everything leading up to this. You mean to tell me if he was all right, he just could go, oh, and just walk away? No. I mean, my fucking family needs to eat. I would be up in her and be like, yo, whoa, whoa, what are we doing? So why should we argue for the fact that this is an early stop when the gentleman who is in the competition just put his hands out? Doesn't make any sense.
Thank you.
Bruce Banner has become a member. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Thank you, Bruce Banner. I get calling out the ref. Just nothing has ever been reversed as well. Yeah. So, I mean, listen. The ref's job, you have to remember, what is the ref's job? He's supposed to make sure these fighters don't get hurt. That's basically what he's there for. You can't let any of these guys get hurt. This is heavyweight. This is not bantamweight or flyweight. In the situation with Henry Cejudo and his two controversial stoppages, I think we got more of an argument because you got a man that's like what, 5'2". They don't have the power of a 6'7" giant Russian. It's a whole different ball game. When you're getting cracked that many times unanswered by a giant heavyweight, the rules are a little different in my opinion. And I think the referee notices that there could be more serious trouble with a guy this size over the lower weight classes. So you kind of have to step in something like this. Avs up 5-4. Oh boy, Avalanche. I kind of hope they do sweep. And the Rangers took an L last night, but it's not a bad thing. It's not necessarily a bad thing. I want to get your opinions over here. We got another donation. Squeeze it in. I hope we get phone calls tonight, man.
Wonderful.
It's going to be a good one.
Herb Dean has made too many mistakes to be given the benefit of the doubt. From now on I'm criticizing him for everything until they retire his ass, because every show he becomes the story. I'm not paying to watch him.
So there was a fight, and I wish someone could remember this. Thank you, Chubbs. There was a fight recently where Herb made a fantastic stop. Fantastic. Like, he got in there, and in real time, I was scratching my head like, oh, shit, I think Herb fucked up. And then we watched the replay, and I was like, oh, damn, Herb made a fucking good call. And I remember saying live on the stream, no one's going to talk about this. No one's going to do anything about this. Now, if someone can remember that fight, that wasn't that long ago, probably not going to remember it. But, yeah, I was like, shit, no one's going to talk about that. Well, what are they going to talk about? They're going to talk about this, which a little close, but still a good call. Not bad. The only thing we can get on Herb is the way he jumps in there. It looks like he's going to stop. He's not going to stop. He gets a little confused. He overthinks situations. Those are things that, concern you about Herb. Did Herb stop Zombie getting bashed versus Volkanovski? You got to refresh my memory, man. So what are you saying? In the Volkanovski fight, who was the ref? Was it Herb? I can't remember. But what's your point with that? Where did each one of Volk's punches land in the fighting ending sequence? I mean, hold on. I'll pull it up right here, and I'll describe it to you. Let me see, they pulled the fight off of everywhere on Twitter. Ah, shit. Yesterday it was all over Twitter. Can someone throw it in the Discord? If you can find it on Twitter or something, if someone could throw it on Discord, because right before I went live, I wanted to pull it so I could kind of describe it without showing you guys. But, the UFC went crazy with pulling all the clips. So if someone could find it, drop it on our Discord. Link in the description down below. Let me fix this. I'm going to look for it a little bit here. See if I can pull it up. I'll keep that open. But let me know. One shot makes Rozenstruik's eyes roll back in his head like a zombie. Yeah, his eyes roll back. He was crumbling down. The fucking mouthpiece flies out of his head. He's getting battered. And people are like, it's too quick. This is heavyweights, man. It's not flyweights. We're not talking about fucking women fights. We're not talking like this. These are heavyweight men, 6'7", Russian. I mean, just fucking pummeling. I mean, just by looking at this picture alone, I mean, this is not a good sight. This is not, it's like, he's coming back. I mean, look at this right hand. Straight through the guard, right to the face. That's when Herb steps in. Like, Herb saw enough. My man was on his knees. Like, just begging. I don't think there's enough in this one to go crazy over. Now, are there others? Yes. Has Herb fucked up? Yes. Not a doubt in my mind Herb has fucked up before.
Wonderful.
Gopov.
Herb the Bean Dean made one of the best commentators get fired. R.I.P. Dan Hardy.
What would Dan Hardy say about this? I mean, Hardy would have loved this, right? He stopped the fight. Maybe because of Dan Hardy. Maybe that's why he stopped this fight. He had Dan Hardy screaming in his head. Possible.
Super chat.
Overtime. Wow.
It's rigged by Vegas and online gambling.
Okay, so, and thank you, Jason Osada. I think this is where the problem lies, especially this fight here. This stoppage, the reason why it's this close in controversy is only because of gambling. Because honestly, I didn't have any money on this. I picked Volkov in our Pick'em League, which is no money, but I was rooting hard for Biggie Boy to win. I really did want Biggie Boy to win this fight. I have a feeling the reason why this is anywhere close, even though still majority of the people are saying it's a good stop, the only reason why it's close is because of gambling. It has to be. Because I could see people with their parlays, saying, oh shit, I got Biggie Boy, everything's going to come together, and you have a fight that's kind of close going down like this, the stoppage is like, it could go either way. That's a gambler's take.
Oh, snap. Yeah.
Glove.
Come on, get loud, MMA-Holes in the crowd.
Come on, baby.
Come on, get loud, MMA-Holes in the crowd. MMA-Holes in the crowd. MMA-Holes in the crowd. MMA-Holes in the crowd.
Remember, drop that clip in the Discord if you can.
I am the goddamn king.
You are the goddamn king. Let's go. Yo, Glove Rest is going nuts tonight. Is that D-Rest? Or Glove Touch? Or is it Glove Rest? I don't even know, but thank you. Let's see what the chat has to say. As I'm reading the chat, I'm trying to look to see if I can find the clip. So I can run through the sequence with you guys, but I think the UFC pulled it. MMA-Holes in the crowd. I picked Biggie by KO, and he didn't even show up except for a paycheck, says Toe Cutter. Biggie Boy Charles Chaplin Dan got fired because of an argument with a female employee, not the Herb incident. Yeah, I think the Herb incident was just the icing on the cake, right? There was something behind the scenes that was going on with Dan. Just for the Herb Dean thing, yeah, that's not. There's more. I mean, Dan Hardy just seems like a prick, too. I'm sure there was other things that were going on. Dan Hardy versus Herb the Bean Dean. You want to see them both fight each other? They pulled it. Yeah, see, Drunk said they pulled it too. Yeah, right before I went live, I'm like, where the hell is this thing? I was looking all over the place. The UFC, thank God. I mean, it's crazy. Another weird thing that happened is, yeah, I just want to see the replay. I mean, I guess I can. Is it on ESPN Plus? Can't run it back. Let me try to pull up on ESPN Plus. Another thing that's weird, if you guys got a notification for a stream that happened 2 years ago, we literally got a community guideline strike dismissed after 2 years. It took 2 years to bring back, actually, Glover Teixeira versus Anthony Smith. The night we gave away the Tony Ferguson signed glove. 2 years. I didn't even know there was still a strike because of that. But, yeah, that popped back up. So if you saw that in your subscription, that's why. Let's see. Does ESPN Plus have it? I have to do a little digging. They have the pay-per-view, Ready to Rock, which I got to order. I don't know. Well, if anyone could find it online in the dark web, put it in Discord. Put it in the Discord. It was a good stoppage. He was hurt. Look at his eyes. He was fooked up. Yeah, I mean, oh, here we go. Did Drunk get one? Let's see if Drunk Savage got one. Oh, okay, he got like some. All right, this could work. All right, so he got some YouTube thing. All right, hold on a second here. All right, I'm going to go through the end sequence. Thank God for YouTube, huh? So right, left, right. Oh, my God. Okay. So right off the bat, I'm going to put this in slow motion. I wish I could show you guys this. So basically what I'm going to do is I have, go into Discord if you want to see it for yourself, and you tell me. So Jairzinho, the problem is they crop this. So he gets hit with a right, back to the fence, right, left, right uppercut. Oh, my God. How many strikes unanswered? One. Hold on. Let's see if I can slow this down some more. God, it's such a quick sequence. See, that's why I'm so glad. So glad I'm not a ref. All right, here we go. It got slow. He's going so fast, even slow motions. All right, so here's the end sequence again. Here we go. So Biggie Boy gets wobbled back to the cage, and Volkov comes in and hits him with a right. That's one. A left, two. I mean, these are right on the button. A right again, that's three, but the third one comes in right on his forehead. So he got hit on both sides of his head. They got hit right up here. I mean, just fucking slugging shots. Then Volkov was going to come in with a left, and Biggie Boy's he's on his way down. Misses with the right. Comes in with an uppercut. Oh, okay, that's four. See, I can't see if that fifth one hit. The angle's no good. Well, five definitely came in. What the fuck kind of replay was that? Oh, it's like a bootleg fucking clip, so I can't fucking see everything. I saw five clean as he was just crumbling down to the ground. Unfortunately, like I said, this is clipped so much and it's like faded and shit, so you can't like really see the whole thing. He got fucked up, guys. Biggie Boy got fucked up. At no point really was Volkov in any danger. And here we go. Here's that sequence again. Whew. Mouthpiece flying out of his head. Volkov. I mean, Biggie Boy was on wobbled legs, just like, whoa, just getting pummeled. Yeah, guys. Those were pillow fists. He was fine. Yeah, I mean, I've seen some bad stoppages. This one I can't get on Herb. I just can't do it. I can't. If it was a title fight, maybe we can make some more arguments, you know. But I think in this situation, we're okay. Title fight, I can entertain it a little bit more. I'm watching the end part where Rozenstruik, so the final strike comes in. Hold on a second. That right comes in. And so as the final right comes in before Herb Dean steps in there, this is the final here. Let me just show this. I could show this. This is the final strike before Herb comes in. I mean, if that is not a vulnerable position, I don't know what is. I mean, this is not a intelligent defending himself. This is a guy getting fucked up. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, yeah. I don't know. I would love to shit on Herb. I just can't do it. Can't do it here. He literally gave up. Yeah, he did. And when he got back up and people said he argued, he just put his hands out like this, but he didn't really argue. So, what are we going to do? Hit the fucking like button. All right, what do you guys think of the chat after that assessment over here? You still with it? You still thinking that was a bad stop? Let me know. Final thoughts over here. And then we'll do Save the Show. We got to talk about UFC 275 too. I'd love to take some phone calls, but we're back to the Save the Show thing. The Sonosi 1K has worn off, but big thanks to Sonosi for being a fucking savage and continuing our fun show. There's those uppercuts were what did it in the end. Biggie gave up. That's the best defense available to Biggie. Yeah, that's the best defense. Get me the fuck out of here. He put his hands out like you got me, Volk. Yeah. Stop the fight made Herb have happy feet. Yeah, that's the one thing I can agree with. The fact that Herb looks like he's second guessing himself. He's gonna stop. He's not gonna stop. That's the one thing I'm with you. It's kind of wild. If Herb would have waited, there would have been people say late stoppage. Yeah, it was a no-win situation. This one's fucked. This one's fucked. I think we gotta fucking pump the brakes on Herb. Hey, don't worry. In a couple of weeks, we'll see something where Herb fucks up for sure. This is just not the one. Give him a pass. So I'm going to say, good stop. Good stop. The community says, good stop. There we go. Poll again to see opinion change. All right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to put good stop, bad stop. All right, the stop was... Let's see if the opinion changed. I mean, I think we discussed it to the point where I think I was fair. Now, if I wasn't fair, let me know in the chat. Maybe you find I'm being biased or unbiased. I don't know. But let me know in the chat. I mean, I'm tried to, I think with Jesse too, on Saturday. Now, if Jesse comes in, if we have some saves, she was on the other end. So I would like to get her decision too after watching this again. But she was very much on bad stop. She was on the bad stop side. And I was a little hard on her because, I don't know, watching the replay, I was just like, what? Like, I was like, the replay solidified it for me, whereas the replay solidified it for her. So I was just like, I was confused. But I took a couple of days to think about it, and I was like, I might have been a little bit hard on Jesse. Let me really look into this before I make a final decision. I'm putting any bias aside. I still think it was a decent stop, okay? The stop was good or bad. I'm putting it in the chat right now. We're going to re-vote after we've gone through, spoke about this ad nauseum. You can't be biased when you picked Biggie and agree with the ref. Yeah, I know, right? Like, I wanted Biggie Boy to win. Here's the thing. I think we could agree on this. Regardless of if it was good or bad, Herb Dean saved us a horrific fight because it started off fire, but I have a feeling this fight was just going to develop into a long, drawn-out, oh, God. I don't know. I just felt that was going to eventually happen. So maybe Herb saved us. I don't know. Maybe he saved us of the the nonsense fight that was inevitable. Who knows? But regardless, we'll never know. All right, so I'm going to do 5 minutes on the clock. We're bringing it back. Save the show because our saves are up. This is how this works. Every donation that comes in, we add it to the clock. So $5, 5 minutes, $10, 10 minutes, so on and so forth. We'll see how many minutes we can get on here. Would love to take some phone calls on this topic, UFC 275. Chris Curtis is going to be on Wednesday night. We got Fuka Friday. We're going to be reacting to the fights. We're going to be hanging with the boys.
Hanging with the boys.
The clock is about to begin. Let's see how many saves we can get in here, how many heroes we got in the MMA-Holes community.
Wonderful, wonderful.
We got Tropic Tom dropping a deuce.
Did you see how Biggie was blocking those punches with his face? All while not having a mouthpiece? It was obvious that he was about to lure Volkov to the ground and gum him to death.
Yeah, he was going to spit his teeth out and just have a miraculous comeback. That's 2 minutes on the clock, just like that. Thank you, Tropic Tom. We have a guaranteed 2 more minutes. Now, if you'd like to add to the clock, slap a donation, support the show. If not, we'll see you on Wednesday night. You see them STP female fights early a lot, or stop female fights early. You do see that. I did notice that there are some situations where the ref steps in a little premature in female fights. You wonder, is it because they don't want to see them get beat up, or that is interesting. You do see that a lot.
3, 2.
Oh, yeah! Come on, Phil!
Got the balls on my face. Drop the balls. It's New Year's Eve and it's time to
Drop the balls! We're extending!
Drop the balls on my face. Get drunk, get crunk. Drop the balls on my face.
The 2022 Happy New Year donation!
Balls on my face. Balls on my face and 4 balls on. Balls on my face and 4 balls.
Yeah!
Balls on my face and 4 balls. Drop the balls on my face. Drop the balls on my face.
Drop the balls on my face!
Balls on my face. Drop the balls on my face.
Happy New Year! Phil Starr! Let's go, let's go.
Let's go.
22 more minutes. You guys are coming together, saving the show. Absolutely wonderful, wonderful. What?
Wonderful.
There we go. Thank you, Phil Starr. Wow, 2022 donation. Let's go, boys. All right, so at least we got 22 minutes of phone calls. If you want to add to the time, feel free. With 2 minutes left in the clock, on the clock, let me know a couple of extra comments over here on the Herb situation or UFC 275 if you'd like to get it out. 22 minutes, let's save the show more. I drank only 3 shots, me no drinko normally. Dodgeball, Phil Starr, 905. Yeah, Phil's a legend, man. Absolute legend. Legend of the game. Got himself a brand new Carnage shirt as well. Guys, wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Spikeroni, evil stoppage, wonderful, wonderful. Phil Starr, straight G, he sure is, man. From Canada. Anyway, if you're just jumping in, we're talking about the Herb Dean situation. I'm going to put the poll on the screen again. Whoever said to put another poll in there, I think we're kind of all becoming on the same page. Now 73% say good stoppage and 27% say bad. I'll leave it up for the next 22 minutes then. Get your votes in here. We'll get some phone calls. I would love to have the people call in that thought it was a bad stop or a good stop, whatever floats your boat when we do the phone lines here. But a big thank you to the Phil Starr and Tropic Tom donations supporting the show and extending the clock. Absolutely wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful, wonderful.
With 1 minute and 25 seconds left, let's see if we get any more saves. Amanda lost her title. Rose lost her title. Will Valentina lose her title? Let's look at the card next weekend. Dean is trained. Hold on a second. I'll read that comment in 1 second. Just shrink this puppy up. I'm really looking forward to this card. It's actually a lot of fun. Dean is trained at his job. He is protecting these guys from taking a brain-killing head punch. I'm sure he is certified. Of course, the fighters are going to say they could keep going, but when they're... And then he stopped. When their eyes roll back in their head, he knows they would be brain dead. Yeah, the eyes rolled back. A lot of evidence. The mouthpiece flies out of the face. There's a bunch of things. The guy's crumbling after unanswered strikes. It's a heavyweight fight. This is not like, we're not talking flyweights or bantamweight, the lower weight classes. I think you can let it go a little bit longer. But with heavyweights, you see how hard these guys hit. And this guy's 6'7", a 6'7" monster. So, I mean, I have no complaints. 17 seconds left in the save. Let's see if we got something here. We got something. What's this?
Super chat.
Slow DK and 2.
Let's not forget Pat Barry versus Czech Congo. Early. Thoughtful face.
Okay, listen. I get it. There are situations where you could make that argument, yes.
Super chat.
Seattle Ryan coming in.
I gotta go, but this is for you, kind sir,
Why,
and the
thank you.
MMA holes around the world.
We got-
Wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got ourselves another 29 minutes of show, courtesy of the wonderful, wonderful community over here. A big thank you to those people. Drop WWs in the chat for the people extending the show. 29 minutes that we're going to end to the add on to the clock. Okay. Usually I would agree with Slow DK, with the Pat Barry. We can go to these other fights and say, you know what? These fights went longer. Why not that one? I think this is different. I truly think this was different. Biggie Boy was on his way down, legs crumbling, eyes rolled in the back of his head, mouthpiece flying out of his face. No argument. What are we doing? Why are we going to complain about it? If Biggie Boy got up and started fucking go, whoa, 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 I'm good. Wait, don't stop that thing.
Yeah.
Then we can get animated.
Come on, get loud, MMA holes in the crowd. Come on, get loud, MMA holes in the crowd. Got MMA holes in the crowd. MMA holes in the crowd. MMA holes in the crowd.
Chubbs.
Valentina Shevchenko never gets her fight stopped early. I mean, she destroyed her last TKOs. But she is the GOAT, so remember Caitlyn, she punched like 200 times, they didn't stop that.
All right, there we go. And remember Caitlyn, she pumped like 200 times, they didn't stop that. No, I think for the most part, lately we have been seeing, what's it called? Women's fights get stopped a little bit quicker. We have been seeing that. But I still think the lower weight class fights, even the girls, they could let go a little bit longer. Valentina Shevchenko has power. She don't have Volkov power. She don't have like 6'7", almost 300 pounds of power. Like, she doesn't have that. So I think in the lower weight classes, you could let those strikes go and see what happens there. In this situation, I'm good with it. By the way, Valentina Shevchenko is fighting in the co-main event against Tyler Santos. I have to be honest with you. I'm way more excited about Zhang versus Jędrzejczyk. And how about this? Are they making this? Oh, I for some reason I thought I saw 5 rounds. Damn. This is a 3-rounder. Oh, that's a bummer. Why couldn't we switch this to co-main event and make this a 5-rounder and Shevchenko Santos? Shevchenko will finish her in 3. Right? Maybe not. Tyler Santos is 19-1-0. She beat Joanne Wood, Modafferi, Jillian Robertson, Molly McCann, and lost to Mara Barella. Yeah, she's going to beat Valentina. This flashy record. That's going to work. My ass. Oh, damn. 2-minute Zhang versus Jędrzejczyk was in the co-main. But it's a good card. Very good card over here. It's going to be some fun fights. So we'll be hanging with the boys on Saturday night for UFC 275. I guess we can get into this, too, when we open up the phone lines. Glover Teixeira versus Procházka. God. Let me see the MyBookie on this. Let me see. MyBookie. MMA. So Glover's a plus 160. I have been riding high on Glover. I picked him to win the belt. I thought he was going to get the job done. Everyone thought I was crazy. In this situation, though, I don't think he beats Procházka. 6'3", 6'2". I mean, maybe Glover can get this thing down to the ground. He does have bombs in his hands, but Procházka is a big, scary son of a bitch. When I first saw this guy fight, I said, oh, this is a champ. This guy is scary. And I think we forgot how good this guy is. I think the people that are picking Glover are just loving the fact that Glover's the good story. He's the old guy. He can beat Procházka. And I was actually riding Glover until this week. Before I make my bet, I do have to look at the face-offs and collect the data. Usually that helps me make my pick and solidify everything. But like Jiří Savage is Bruce Banner. Jiří is a scary man. Scary, scary man. So right now I swung in favor of Jiří. I actually left Glover. I'm going to Jiří on the prediction, but it could swing back to Glover as the week progresses. And I'm going to try find any way to pick Glover because I love the guy. All right, I'm going to add like 35 on the clock. I'm going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to open up the phone lines. We're going to open up the phone lines on the MMA-Holes Live. We got to make these calls super duper quick because we only have 35 minutes that we have on the clock here. So we're going to take a break. We'll come back. We'll talk to the people. Make sure you like the stream, share the stream on social media. You know, that'd be wonderful, wonderful as well. And we will be right back after this quick break.
Let's be honest, when it comes to underwear, there's nothing more important than comfort. Why empty your pockets for generic underwear that loses comfort, quality, and style when you can slip into a pair of Sheath and get even more out of your daily wear? With Sheath underwear, you can treat your jewels like royalty as they are given their own private sanctum, keeping them secure and you in a state of bliss. Get 20% off Sheath now using promo code MMA-Holes. That's MMA-HOLES with the link in the description below.
And for the ladies?
Absolutely! Sheath isn't just for men. Ladies can now experience Sheath's style, comfort, and functionality too. Sheath for women is crafted using a signature modal elastane fabric blend for form-fitting breathability that will not affect the natural pH environment or the microclimate of the skin while producing that long-lasting, unimpeded comfort. Use promo code MMA-Holes, MMA-HOLES for 20% off at sheathunderwear.com.
UndisputedBelts.com. All right, friends, let's go, baby. Let's open up some phone lines. Give me a ring. Jump in our Discord, and let's chat. Let's talk to the peoples over here. Where's Discord? A little graphic. There it is. Okay. Yeah, just jump in there's a link in the description to our Discord if you'd like to call the show. Find our icon. If you're having problems finding the icon, just drop into the little call the show section, and let's chat about UFC Vegas 56. Let's talk about good stop, bad stop, or we could talk about the pay-per-view UFC 275, Glover Teixeira versus Jiří Procházka. I was talking about how Jiří is scary, and I think a lot of people are kind of casual to how good Jiří is. Glover Teixeira beat Jan Blachowicz, submitted him, and I would think that Santos was a submission as well, although Santos was beating the shit out of him before he got that sub. Anthony Smith, Glover just murked, dragged him down to the ground, was knocking his teeth out of his head. So Glover's on a really nice run. When you have Procházka, this fight against Dominic Reyes that happened, oh my God, was one of the best fights I've ever seen. Dominic Reyes versus Jiří Procházka. It was when we brought Ellie home, and that thing was a banger. I came home, I was on the couch, we had a newborn baby there, and Procházka hits him with his elbow. That just, I mean, first of all, I want to talk about Procházka's chin. He ate everything Reyes had and didn't stop. So Glover's big, lead hands, I don't think are going to do anything to Procházka. Now, the ground game, who knows? Let's see if Glover can try to drag him down. Procházka, damn, like I'm just looking at his resume here. It's I wouldn't want to face this guy. Procházka he's got the spinning elbow on Reyes. He's got the Ozdemir right hand, the left hook on Dalloway, and Rizin, CB Dalloway. So Rizin, he came in from Rizin over here. And wow, that's kind of crazy. Only 2 UFC fights. I feel like I thought he had more. That's pretty nuts. So the first fight that I've seen him ever fight was Ozdemir. And that was in 2020. Damn, this guy does not stay active. Will his activity be a problem? Something to think about when making this bet. Interesting fight. Very, very interesting fight. All right, let's see. Let's take some phone calls here. Who do we got here? Who is this? Tropic Tom. Tropic Tom, you there?
Right. All right, let's see. Let's take some phone calls here. Who do we got here? Who is this?
Tropic.
Yo, can you hear me?
Hey, what's up, man? How you doing?
All right. Hey, I'm doing all right. No time for comedy because there's not much overtime here. So I just have a quick casual question. The thing with the stoppage that keeps popping up for me is the mouthpiece.
Mm-hmm.
And I know people are saying, oh, the mouthpiece doesn't stop the fight. Yeah, I get that. But in my mind, it's the fighter's responsibility to hang on to that damn mouthpiece. Either you spit it out on purpose and the other guy was tough enough to knock it the fuck out of your mouth, or you went unconscious and dropped it. Either way, when the mouthpiece comes out, the fighter, especially at heavyweight, is in real serious danger of getting damaged. So I think that's a big factor in Herb deciding to stop it, because you can't just stop and pick up a mouthpiece in the middle of an onslaught. That just wouldn't be fair to the guy that knocked it out in the first place, right?
Yeah, it's not a bad point. Yeah, you can't just, if people were in our chat saying, oh, Herb should have stepped in and gave him his mouthpiece, you don't stop that sequence. It was a finishing sequence, and was Herb going to be like, hold on a second, hold that thought, let me slide this into his face? No. So you're right. That's a good point.
So that was pretty much it. I want to give everybody else a chance. No comedy tonight, maybe next time. Love to all the MMA-Holes, and thanks you guys for what you guys do.
All right.
I'm out.
Thanks. Tropic Tom coming in. And what do you guys think about that? Here's the final 2 pictures over here to basically show what was going on. If you're just jumping in, I mean, majority of the chat seems like they're with good stoppage. There are some that do say bad. So if you think it was a bad stop, give us a call in, or a good stop. Either way, love to hear what you have to say. We have 30 minutes to talk about it. Let's see what else we got over here. We have Comic Unicorn.
Hello, how are you doing? I hope everyone's doing well.
Hey, wonderful.
Wonderful.
How you doing?
Good. And getting straight to the point, because I don't want to take up too much time. That main event, in my eyes, is a 50-50. because it's one of those fights where the first man to make a mistake might lose. You know, if Jiří lands clean on Glover, that might be the end. If Glover lands a takedown on Jiří, that might be the end. At least that's how I see it.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it could. The problem with Procházka is he hasn't stayed very active, and Glover has looked very dominating. But then you have the age of Glover, you have the durability of Procházka. It is so many ways you can bounce back and forth in this fight, which makes for such a fun matchup.
Exactly. Yeah, the X factors are there for sure, and yeah, I'm excited for it. You know, because I don't know who's gonna win. I have Jiří by first round knockout, but I could very well be wrong.
I'm kind of with you. Like right now, I've swung back in Yuri's favor. I think Yuri's going to knock him out. I hope that doesn't happen, but I think so. I go back to this. When Glover beat Blachowicz, I wasn't surprised. I picked Glover in that fight. But when immediately we're talking Procházka as the guy that's going to get the next shot, I was like, oh, well, that sucks. Glover's not going to be champion anymore. That was my initial reaction. Like, this is a problem for Glover here. So to dismiss Procházka's chances of winning this fight would be not very smart.
Exactly. And what else? And the co-main event, Shevchenko and Santos. I'm going to be honest that, yeah, Shevchenko's going to win that fight. I think she's going to be one step ahead of Taila Santos. She's a good prospect at 125, but stylistically, I don't see anything that would give Valentina a problem. And then the big one, the big rematch, Zhang Joanna 2. That's another one that I've kind of gone back and forth with. You know, because on paper that fight could still be even, but the X factors, you know, Joanna being away for 2 years, I don't know, man. That's another close one in my eyes.
Yeah, I mean, you had fight of the year. We're running it back. Joanna's face is all mangled last time. Although I could see the argument where people might think Joanna won that fight. I mean, other than the damage, Joanna hung in there. It was a war back and forth between the two girls. This thing could headline its own pay-per-view. I think this is a fantastic female fight. I am not many times do I get super excited about the ladies, but this one here, I'm all in.
Yeah, same here. Yeah, that fight was super close. When I first watched it, I really couldn't decide who won that fight. It was that good. I kind of stopped scoring the fight as it happened.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we'll see what happens in the rematch. I don't know why, but I'm kind of leaning towards Joanna, which is kind of crazy.
I'm with you.
I don't know.
I'm absolutely with you. I think she can get the job done.
Yeah. One more thing, because the thing about Zhang is that she showed some improved grappling against Rose. You know, she took her down multiple times. Mm-hmm. But the thing about Joanna, if there's one thing about Joanna that she has a leg up over Rose, it is the takedown defense. Joanna's takedown defense is really, really good. And so I can see this fight, you know, staying entirely on the feet, similar to last time.
There you go. All right, Comic Unicorn, thank you for the call. Appreciate it.
Yes, of course. Thank you, sir.
Comic Unicorn coming in. We got 27 minutes left to show. Call us up. We'd love to chat with you, talk to you about UFC 275 happening this Saturday night, or we could talk about the controversial stoppage, UFC Vegas 56. Or was it controversial? Are we making too much of this? Pulse, welcome to the show, Pulse.
Hey, thank you for having me, man.
How you doing, buddy?
Wonderful, wonderful.
Nice.
Wonderful, wonderful.
All right, what's on your mind?
Not much. I wanted to talk about 275.
Okay.
Oh, well, and just touching on the last one, I think it was a just stoppage. You know, Volkov, I feel like in that moment, he pictured Biggie Boy as Derek Lewis and what he should have done, you know?
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. Yes.
You know what I mean? But as far as 275 goes, yeah, man, I got Jiří and new, and I made a prediction. I said second round TKO. I'm going in the first. He's going to put, and it's bad because I like Glover, but yeah, he's about to go ahead and take that belt.
Yeah, I hate it. I hate the fact that it does seem like this is the situation. Glover's a beast, but I mean, Glover can get hit, and Yuri's got that iron jaw. I think he can take all Glover's punishment. I think he could stop the takedowns, and I think he's gonna be too much for Glover at this stage of the game. But we'll see. Maybe the face-offs Glover's going to show me something. Would you think that you might switch after face-offs? Or are you all in on Procházka?
I'm all in on Jiří, man.
Okay.
Because, you know, and like I said, I like Glover, but the thing is, you know what? And I got an interesting theory. I think Glover Teixeira might have sold his soul to the devil.
Because of his run and how he got the belt?
There's no reason for him to be this good this late.
He stole, when John Jones beat him, he took his mojo and decided to use it to power up.
I'm saying something happened. It's got to be something. If he pulls this off, if he holds on to this belt, I'll be really shocked. Then I'll be thinking, like, how long can this last?
So his last loss
can he go till 50?
I tell you, that would be fun. That would be fun. Corey Anderson was his last loss. Before that was Gustafsson and the Anthony Johnson tooth situation. Damn, it's so weird, man. Now I'm going back, and there was a bunch of blemishes. It is some story, right? I mean, he fought John Jones. Damn, that was 2014. My goodness.
Yeah.
That was 2014. Then lost to Phil Davis. Beat St. Preux, Patrick Cummings, Rashad Evans. And then lost to Anthony Johnson. So he was on a little run. Then Anthony Johnson beats Cannonier, loses to Gustafsson, beats Serkinov, loses to Anderson, and then bam, the magic run. Wild, huh?
Crazy. It's crazy. It's like I said, I wouldn't mind seeing him do it, but every good thing's got to come to an end at this point. And if nothing else, Jiří's proven at least his 2 fights in the UFC, he's a finisher.
Yeah. You know, we're seeing the magic of Brazil coming back with Oliveira and Glover. Like, you're seeing Jose Aldo making some moves, dropping down. Like, it seems like maybe Brazil is not going to die. They're coming back and saying, hey, wait, hold on a second. We're still here.
Hey, speaking of Aldo, man, that bantam division is stacked, isn't it?
Yeah, it's good. I tell you, ever since the Henry Cejudo situation, for some reason, bantamweight's been fun. Ever since he decided to play around, boom. Bantamweight's just been exciting as all hell.
I think it's the best division in the company.
Really?
Yeah.
Bantamweight the best. It's up there. It is definitely up there.
Yeah, I mean, you got obviously Sterling, Jan still at the top. You got Sandhagen, Dillashaw, Aldo's there now. You got Cheeto Vera. You got O'Malley, Song Yadong's coming up. This guy, did you see this guy Saturday? Gravely, he punched the guy with his wrist.
Yeah, Gravely, and he's only 30. That baffles me because I feel like I've seen him fight for so long. He's still only 30 years old, so who knows? Maybe he goes on a run.
I mean, yeah, 35 has got some guys coming up, and I think it's the best division in the company.
All right, fair enough. Anything else?
That's all I got, man. Laters.
Okay, let's see what we got here. Do a poll. What's the best division? That's actually a good poll. I should do that. I don't have enough slots for all the divisions, though. Unfortunately. That actually is a good question. Maybe we could do it in like chunks and do like a bracket. Maybe one day we'll do that. Maybe if there's a slow news night, that's what we'll do. We'll do a night where we do like brackets. We'll break up the weight classes and find out what you guys think is the best weight class. Yeah, we can't do it on community. We have to break it up in a couple of polls. Unfortunately. I wish we could do a poll with like 10. Just like drop down a whole bunch, and they should let you do that. Let's see who else we got over here. We got the 1K King. What up, Sonosi?
I'm the best.
I'm the best. What's going on?
I'm the best. What's up? So yeah, the whole event that's coming up, holy shit. You know, one thing I will say, if Glover somehow wins this, I don't have many arguments of who can beat him at this point, to be honest.
Interesting.
At least there's Jan, you can argue, give him a rematch, he may be able to do it, but I mean, look at the rankings. The only person I could think of, Magulov maybe, because he might be his equal in grappling, but there's not that many people left.
I'm gonna take a peek right now. Going to light heavyweight. Scroll through. Who could beat Glover? Let's see. Yeah, Ankalaev is interesting. He kind of bores me though as of late, but he is a problem.
I mean, so does Racket, another
Let's see.
boring one. But he's another one I would have ranked kind of. He could have possibly, but after what we saw, the problem is with the whole last fight with Racket ended so soon, so we can't really gauge that.
Yeah, Rakic, he would be a problem. There isn't a question. Anthony Smith rematching. No, I know Anthony's look good, but I don't know, man.
No, so Anthony Smith had to be saved. That you want to talk about stoppages that were late? That poor man almost got killed in the ring.
Glover was leaning over, whispering to him, "I'm sorry." That's amazing. You know what? You got to put some respect on Jamal Hill, man. That kid over there, he's actually looking pretty good. Jamal Hill.
The only reason I don't put someone like Jamal Hill on that list is because I feel by the time he gets up there, Glover will retire.
Yeah, Jamal looks special.
I don't see that. I see maybe 2 more fights in his career left if he beats Yuri.
Yeah, Jamal. I hope Jamal does well. He's funny on social media too. But you're right though. Like looking at this here, Glover's biggest problem is going to be Procházka. No doubt. Procházka is scary. He is a scary son of a bitch. But other than that, if Glover could get past his hurdle, he could hold on for a little bit.
Actually, I take it back. I just forgot about a dark horse in the division, Paul Craig.
Really? You think Paul Craig could beat Glover?
Paul Craig. I think he has a chance. I'm not saying he can beat him, but I think he'd be a problem.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think Glover wins.
I'm not saying he can't win. I'm thinking he's someone who might give him issues. I'm not gonna say, like I said, there's not that many. Fury will be his hardest challenge in terms of stand up, and any Russian's gonna be his problem in terms of grappling. You take those 2 people out. He basically says, okay, 3 defenses, I'm good, retire.
Mm-hmm.
He can run away to some. If he can just win 2-3 more, if he can get 2-3 more defenses. Even if he retires on top, do you know how good that makes him look? Sure, he's not going to get the John Jones treatment, but he'll be like, listen, I'm going to have the most defenses as someone in my age bracket. I don't think even Randy has that.
Yeah, I hope that however Glover retires, he's number 8 pound for pound right now. It's amazing, this guy's story. I hope however he retires, it's not in a way where his head's bouncing off the canvas. I hope he does it on his own.
Yes.
On a high note.
And my personal opinion is retire after Yuri. Then, if you somehow survive Yuri, just do it.
Yeah.
Because you're playing Russian roulette at that point. If you somehow survive Yuri, there is no way. It's just the odds are just going to keep going down. It's like, how am I going to keep winning at my age where these monsters are going to keep coming and coming? It's like, just if you can survive this one, that's a good enough chance. You took someone who was a big prospect. Everyone was counted against you. You're a good odds bet. Just go.
It is true. It's like, what else do you have to lose? But if you do pass Procházka, he might start thinking like you're thinking that, hey, I could beat all these guys at freaking in my middle 40s. I could beat all these clowns.
Like I said, he could beat. I think he can beat most. Like I said, I think he can beat most of them just on his grappling alone, which is not. It's a division that doesn't have many grapplers. And speaking of events, we're going to leave it off of. The whole Dominator versus Chito Vera, I'm looking forward to see how that would go. That'll be a good test.
Yeah, it's a good fight. Yeah, we dropped that on our stories.
I think that's going to be an interesting fight since it's going to be a 5-rounder. I don't know where that's going to go. It can go either way.
Yeah, it's a good one. That is a nice test for Chito. I think a lot of people are going to be picking Chito. Dom's not going anywhere, though. He's still got something.
It's a good. So how I look at it, it's going to be either it's a meal ticket for Dom to go back to the top. It's good for either or. It's not bad for either person.
In a bizarre way, I don't know why, because I'm not the biggest. Like, I think Dominic Cruz is kind of like nasty in some sort of way. Like, he doesn't seem like the most pleasant guy. Yet for some reason, I always wind up rooting for him. I think because everyone's counting him out, so I kind of want to see him like fight for a belt again. Like, how do you feel about Dominic Cruz?
I think he's a dick. I do agree, but his thing is he's kind of like how Uriah Faber was till near the end, where he only lost in championship fights. Dom is similar. He does not lose non-title fights.
Yeah, it's interesting. It is an interesting matchup. All right, so
and 5-rounder. Yeah, I'll see you guys later. See you.
All right. There he is. Sonosi, the 1K King calling in. Keep calling up, friends. I'm just going to rattle through. What do we got here? Who is this? Cage. What is this? Cage Shadow X? Who is this? You there, buddy? Cage Shadow X. Going once. You're muted. Unmute yourself and speak to us.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Yeah, sorry. I'm good. I'm also, 210? I've been in your calls a couple times already.
You're what, 210, you said?
Yeah, that's my username.
Okay, that's you in the chat, right?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay. So what's going on, man?
Nothing much going to talk about this weekend at the main event for the heavyweight. It was a good stoppage because he spit it looked like, when I was watching it looked like he spit his mouthpiece out. I've only watched it once. I haven't really go back and rewatched it.
Mm-hmm.
But if he punched the fucking mouthpiece out of his mouth, he has some. Oh, that's fucking crazy. I think it was a very, very good stoppage.
Yeah,
with heavyweight, one shot can turn your lights off.
It wasn't like he stopped it after the mouthpiece came out and he just jumped in. Mouthpiece flew out and it continued. You know, so it was like, if we're just saying, oh, he punched him once, the mouthpiece fell out and he stopped the fight, that's a quick stop most cases, unless it was a crazy punch. But in this situation, he got hurt and it just kept going, and you know, I think I saw enough as well.
Yeah, that was just crazy. It was crazy. And then UFC 275, the main event. Oh, this is going to be a very, very hard one to pick. Because you got a upcoming ranked 3 in the world against the champion Glover, and that's gonna be a hard choice because one good elbow like he did in his last fight can turn Glover's lights off.
It's true. Who you picking?
I haven't really decided yet. I will probably decide Thursday, Friday. That's what I usually do. I watch them through the week, and then I watch the press conference, and then the weigh-ins, and then after that, I'll find out who's gonna win that deep down in me. I think right now I'm saying Glover by submission, but it can. I would have to find out Friday. I have to. It's probably not gonna be good if he gets knocked out.
Interesting. So Glover by submission. I like it, man. So you have faith in the old man.
Yeah, right now it's going to be round 3. I say round 3.
Okay. Hey, I hope you're right. Listen, I like Procházka a lot, but for some reason, I mean, I just love seeing Glover win. You know, it's just a fun thing to do. So you're saying round 3 submission Glover Teixeira.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
In his last fight against what was that? Polish Power. I thought he was going to knock Glover out.
Wait, repeat that?
In his last fight when he won the belt at 42,
okay,
I thought I can't pronounce his name right. The Polish Power dude.
Oh, Blachowicz, yes, yeah.
I thought Jan was gonna knock him out.
Oh, okay. You know, you're not. Listen, now everyone's like, yeah, Glover is gonna win. I remember that night very clearly. I was in the minority picking Glover to share. A lot of people are saying I was nuts in that fight.
Yeah, I was watching your stream that night.
Yeah, but Blachowicz, a lot of people picked him, and rightfully so. Jan's a killer, you know. But
yeah,
you know, there's matchups. Styles make matchups, and in that situation, I mean, Jan had his excuses, but Glover was the better man that night.
Yes, he was. Took him down and submitted him.
That's it. That's correct.
So if Glover's win, do you think Jan and Glover's run it back one more time?
I think that's what Jan wants. The problem is that last fight that Jan had, the way it ended, I think like one more. I don't know. I feel like, I don't know. I just feel like there's got to be one more Jan fight. I don't know if you throw him right in the mix. Well, it depends. Let me see. Jan is, yeah, he's still number 1. So maybe, I don't know. I would say, shit, Ankalaev, Blachowicz or some shit like that for the contender, number 1 contender. I don't know. That last win, it was a win, but it was just like, you know?
Yeah, it was I was watching that too. I was like, oh gosh.
Yeah, if you're a Blachowicz fan, I mean, you got to be pumped that he won, but at the same time, you're a little weirded out because, that fight could have went either way.
Yeah, it could have really, yeah.
Okay, how old are you, man?
Oh, I'm 17, man.
Oh, okay, all right. You sound young. That's what I was saying. So
This ain't the first time you asked me either.
Oh, is it really? I don't fucking remember anything. So what's going on? It's school's over. You partying? Summertime?
Yeah, school's been over. We got out in May.
That's good. That's good. All right, so go around, chase some tail, and have a good time. All right?
Yeah. So I got one more question for you.
Okay.
So you've heard the rumors. John Jones is supposed to be coming back and fighting, right?
Yes.
So he gets through Stipe, and Francis come back. Who do you think's gonna win that?
I don't think he's gonna fight Stipe. It looks like Stipe wants no part of that. So I think
really?
Yeah, I think he's gonna fight. There'll probably be an interim strap, and John will fight. God, whoever's there. Who do we got? You got Blades is fighting. What's his face? Aspinall, right? Tom Aspinall. That fight's coming up. You got.
And then you got Sierra
Gane versus Tuivasa. So I guess you get to take the best of whatever happens in those two fights, and you put him against John Jones for the interim strap. I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. Because I heard that Stipe wanted to. What I've heard that I don't know if it was true or not that Stipe said he wanted to fight in September.
I hope so. I mean, how long is Stipe gonna wait? Right? I think he's content with doing the fire department thing. I think he wants the rematch with Ngannou. I don't think he wants to take any chances. He wants to fight Ngannou again, and I think he deserves it. Even though he got finished, they're one apiece. So it's like Stipe does deserve a shot.
It was a brutal finish too.
It was a brutal finish. But yeah, I don't think Stipe's got to be careful because if he keeps sitting around, people are just gonna blow right past him and get the shot.
Yeah, but if let's just say they do book Jones and Stipe, I'm favoring Jones.
Jones over Stipe?
Yeah.
Okay. Listen, it's tough. It's tough to pick against John Jones because he's still, to me, the GOAT. But at the same time, we haven't seen him fight at heavyweight. We don't know what to expect from him at heavyweight. So it's very tricky.
Yeah, when Izzy was calling out Jones, I thought Jones were gonna stay at light heavyweight for after his last fight in 2020. I thought he was staying at light heavyweight.
Yeah, it's too bad he didn't.
After Izzy, I know. I thought Izzy was gonna. After Izzy called him out, I thought those two were gonna fight. And I love Izzy and everything, but John Jones was gonna fuck him up.
Okay. All right, there you go. All right, man. Hey, listen. Have a good night. All right.
You too, my brother.
All right, there he is. That guy called in. All right, we got 7 minutes left in the show. We got the Knitter here. What up, Knitter?
Hey.
What up, man? How you doing, kiddo?
I'm doing good. Doing good this evening.
Nice. I'm gonna put your picture on the screen as you're talking here. Hold on a second.
Yeah, wonderful.
Wonderful. I'm gonna put your drawing on the screen. You're the potential T-shirt as you talk.
Yeah.
There you are, flexing.
Yeah, a friend made it for me a long time ago.
Very nice. All right, so Ann, what's on your mind?
Hey, well, last time Glover fought and you were saying, hey, he's going to win the belt and all that.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, nah, no way. He's too old.
Yes.
Well, I still think he's too old, but, the other guy's younger and coming up on this one stronger. But you know what? I'm going to go the opposite way now. I'll pick Glover on this one.
I hope you're not the kiss of death.
I hope not either. Well, I don't know. That guy doesn't pop. I mean, he's strong. He looks. Yeah, younger is not always better, though.
Mm-hmm.
It just depends, and it's MMA, so you never know. And he's done so much. Glover has, like you said, and he's so tricky on the ground. And if he gets down there, yeah, I don't think that guy's gonna be able to stop his submission. So yeah, I'm gonna go for him.
The thing that does stand out is you look at Procházka. He's only got 2 UFC fights. I feel like he fought more in the UFC. I know he's got the Riz and stuff, but I mean, 2 UFC fights against Glover Teixeira, and you got a pretty sizable difference in the betting odds. So I guess Glover's not a bad bet.
I don't think he'd be a bad bet, really.
Yeah, I mean, I still think Procházka's gonna win. The problem is every time I see Procházka fight, I just see Champ. Like every time I look at this guy, I'm like, oh my god, this guy is scary good. You know, but who knows? Maybe Glover could do it again.
He could, yeah. Yeah, he looks scary good. Yeah, I'm not saying he didn't look good. I'm gonna go the other way. I think he will, but if he does, like Paul said, if he does, I think Yuri will knock him out probably in the first or second round if it happens. So
gotcha.
Yeah. Otherwise, Glover probably a little later. I'm saying third or fourth probably.
Okay. There we go.
Submission.
All right, we got 5 minutes left in our show, so we're gonna rattle through the rest. What are the other
I
points you got?
want DJ to win. Definitely picking her to win. Love her, and definitely the Bullet.
Okay, JJ and the Bullet for the win, correct?
Yep, no one can beat them.
Very nice.
I mean, JJ is gonna come back good, and I know no one can beat the Bullet. She's awesome.
Yeah,
She's my favorite.
She is very special, a special fighter for sure. I'm a big fan of JJ as well.
Yeah, I want to see her win this time. I want to see her beat her this time. I thought she won the last one, other than her face being all messed up. But oh well. But I think she's gonna do it this time. Even though she's been off for 2 years, but maybe that's what she needed, a break.
There you go. So you're picking Booby JJ.
Yes. I couldn't tell too much of a difference, but what do I know? I don't sit there and look at women's boobs. So
me neither, Ann. Me neither. All right, Ann. Anything else?
Sure. Okay. Yeah. Love you, Chris. Love you, MMA-Holes. You guys are awesome.
All right. Love you too, Ann.
It's pretty funny. If you do a t-shirt or a pillow, that's cool.
Okay. We'll definitely keep it in mind. Thank you, Ann. Have a great night, all right?
Great. You too. Bye.
All right. There's Ann H calling in. Look at that. I lost my Discord here. We had one more in queue, so let's get to that. There we go. Always good speaking to the knitter. The knitter with an attitude. Drunk Savage, you there?
Yo.
How you doing, Drunk?
So I'll try to be quick. The fucking stoppage, I know we talked a lot about it, but come on, the guy was in a bad fucking position, and if Herb Dean didn't jump in when he did, he would have continued to fucking rain down blows on him. I don't know. Maybe he would have gotten out of it. Maybe not. I mean, if he would have gotten back to his feet, could have caught like a nasty knee or something. So I think the stoppage was fair. Maybe not the greatest, but fair. We can all say.
Yeah, fair works for me. I could understand people going the other way, but I don't think it's enough for me to go crazy over.
Yeah, I've seen some of the pictures, like the look on Rozenstruik's face, and like he knew he was kind of fucked. So
yeah,
you can say fair.
Okay. All right. I think we got to the bottom of that. It seems like we're all on board now. Well, maybe not everybody, but most of us.
What, does Jessie still think it was bad stoppage?
She doesn't she kind of shut down from the after the stream. That was it. Played a little Jackbox party, and then that was it. We don't really talk about this stuff off air, so I don't know. It's a good question.
So Jiří, everyone's talking about, he lost to fucking King Mo. A lot of people don't know that was a second fight in a one-night tournament over in Japan. And his first fight was kind of like a war and shit, and King Mo kind of closed it through his first one. So you can't really read too much into that shit. I think he's going to knock Glover out by the second round.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, listen, there was a time where King Mo was actually fairly decent, and that was 2015 when that happened. So, yeah, this is a different Jiří. I think Yuri's gonna be he's gonna be a big problem for Glover. The problem, if you are leaning towards Glover, the fact that Jiří does only have 2 UFC fights and doesn't stay very active, that could be beneficial to the old man.
Yeah, but look what he did. Those are 2 former title contenders, and you beat him with pretty much ease.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I get you. And the shots he was taking from. What the fuck's his name? Dominic Reyes. Yeah. Dude, I mean, he was getting blitzed, and his face, it was like nothing. He's like, okay, I'm going to keep coming forward. It was wild, the shit that he was taking from Reyes. That fight was... If you guys didn't see Reyes versus Procházka, run it back. You'll be delighted. It was fantastic, that fight. Just a war. And this guy with his antenna head coming out there and doing that spinning elbow and just destroying and demolishing Reyes, that's just not something that's easily done.
Yeah, but granted, I do think Glover does hit way harder than Reyes, so we'll have to wait and see.
Do you really? I think Glover hits hard. Don't get me wrong, but I think Reyes hits harder.
Really?
Yeah, I think Reyes got. Man, people forget how hard Reyes is. Just he's got bombs in those hands. When he was hitting John Jones, I mean, Jones is feeling it. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'll have to run it back.
I mean, people thought he beat Jones. If you think about it, people thought he beat John Jones. I mean, he beat the shit out of John Jones.
True.
You know, and think about that. If you play the MMA math, you know, even though Reyes didn't get the actual decision, and I think they got it right with the John Jones fight, very close. But Dominic Reyes, you know, John Jones beat up Glover pretty bad, and look what Reyes did to Jones. I mean, Reyes he was scary at one point, and for Procházka to go in there and mow him down like that, my God.
Yeah, he's a bad motherfucker.
He really is.
I'll leave on this. I kind of hope that Dominic Cruz loses to McGregor, so we get the fucking dream match with Cruz versus Aldo.
Ooh, okay. So you want?
But yeah, I kind of would like to see Cruz challenge again for a belt, but I don't know. Probably won't happen.
Okay. All right. I'm kind of with you. I don't know why. I don't know why I'm kind of rooting for Cruz, but I am. I can't really put my finger on the reason why. Maybe nostalgia. I don't know. All right.
All right. Rangers suck. Rangers silence.
Rangers playing tomorrow night. They will be up 3-1. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. In Tampa Bay. Guys, let me know in the comments section down below what you think about the stoppage. Also, give me some predictions on UFC 275. I would love to know your thoughts on that. It's an interesting card. We'll get more into it when Chris Curtis comes on Wednesday night. We'll pick his brain about it, and he's got the whole Sean Strickland connection. I mean, I tell you what, we got the best guests on the show. We got the best community in the chat. We got the best fight reaction in the game. We got the best MMA channel in the world.
Wonderful, wonderful.
We'll see you Wednesday. Don't be an a-hole, be an MMA-hole.
A black man can't drink?